This is 7. We're calling to confirm that our hatches are closed and secured. Our life support systems are on and operating. Our ballast is set and checked, and our trim weight is midship. We've got about 75 feet beneath the keel. Requesting permission to make. Roger, understand. Busy 3s, 4s.
Thank you. Hello. Submarine, submarine.
2s and 5s. 1s and 6s, surface. That's all. Dive, dive, dive. Adjusting balance.
Here and maneuvering the 60-foot long submarine. Over his shoulder and over mine is a depth gauge. How deep are we now? 60 feet and counting. Take a quick look at your cell phones right now.
Oh my God.
Anyone have any service down here? You guys do? No bars, no signals, no text messages down here for sure. Best to put that and switch that over to submarine mode, save some battery life. If you don't have submarine mode, airplane mode works just as fine. We do use an underwater telephone. That boat up top, they're watching over us, making sure we're not going under any cruise ships or anything like that while we're down here. So we're going to switch it over to our pilot right now and check out that underwater telephone. How about a quick round of applause for your pilot, Jason Perkins.
All right, guys, welcome aboard the Atlantis number 7. We're going to check in using that underwater telephone, so let's listen in. Atlantis surface, Atlantis 7, comm check, underwater telephone. Surface, we've got you loud and clear down here as well. Our vents are secure, positive buoyancy has been achieved, and we have found the reef.
Oh my God, fishes!
Roger that, thanks, service.
And with that, we are free to explore. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride.
Ang pangit dito, Melbourne. Pangit. Tagalog.
You can actually lean back as much as you like and say hello to your backrest for the next 45 minutes. Folks, look directly above your heads at this time. Look at the small white paper bags right there. Those are called aloha bags.
Aloha!
For the next 35 minutes, those things are going to be your best friends in case you feel like you have to say aloha, right?
Aloha bag.
If you do feel like you got to say aloha, open the bag up, say aloha right into it, take that bag and sit it right next to you. Do not leave that aloha here with us. Take that with you, please, okay? With that being said, folks, we are here at the ocean floor. We're going to start seeing all these different types of coral and marine animals and marine fish. Keep your eyes out on the lookout. Look at all the nooks and crannies. You never know what you're going to find. Sometimes you'll spot some groupers. Sometimes you'll spot a flounder.
Flounder? What's flounder?
Port side, you have a couple of goatfish. Nice small schools right there. They're almost very transparent out there, hiding above the sand. Big school right there.
Oh, nice.
Those are owama.
Owama.
Those are juvenile goatfish. Look very carefully. You can find the leader of the owama. We like to call him Barack Owama. He's probably out there.
Where? Barack Owama.
Those owama have a pair of whiskers. They dig in the sand and look for food. Some of those owama, when they get older, they grow a black spot on their side. Once they have that black spot, don't eat that fish. It will cause you to hallucinate. It was a fish that the old Hawaiian priests, the kahuna, used to eat before they would talk to the chief. They eat those fish that would cause them to hallucinate. Some of the locals will call them the nightmare fish.
Nightmare fish.
Now starboard side, you see all the sand right there. You don't see a lot of fish hanging out on the sand. All the fish is going to be hanging around all the coral. We're crawling up on the coral right now. You can already start to see the schools of fish. You have some owama right there, and you have a couple of ta'ape, blue striped snappers. The ta'ape are not from Hawaii. They're actually considered an invasive species from Tahiti. Brought here in the 1950s, they quickly spread and took over the Hawaiian Islands. Oh, you guys see the yellow tang out there? There's solid yellow fish hanging out inside the reef. The yellow tang were in the movie Finding Nemo. His name was Bubbles. Remember that little yellow fish, Bubbles?
Yeah.
In Hawaiian, that fish is called lau'ipala. And the lau'ipala was very sacred to the Hawaiian people. If you were caught eating that yellow colored fish, the price of that fish was your life.
Plenty fish, huh?
Now this coral goes on for miles and miles and wraps around nearly the entire big island. The only areas where there's not coral are any areas that we have white sandy beaches or active lava flows. Once in a while we do have some guests that will spot a Moray eel hiding within the coral. The Moray eel will look like a sock puppet, opening and closing their mouths as they pump water over their gills. The Moray eel looks like a snake, but it's actually a fish. It has no scales and is covered in a thick slime, like a mucus. Moray eels are very blind, so they can't see. They use their sense of smell to find their food. And once they find their food, they latch on with their powerful jaws and don't let go. They have a second mouth in the back of the throat that comes out, grabs another fish, and brings it back into its belly. The eels have two mouths. If you ever seen the movie Alien, you know how the aliens got that second mouth that comes out? Just like that. It's basically, it's kind of where they got the idea from. Now the Moray eels, because they're covered in that thick slime, it stinks. It's not a very good smelling fish. If you grab onto an eel, your hands are going to stink for about a week. And the Hawaiian word for the Moray eels is puhi.
Thank you.
Now all this coral is different species all blended in with one another. They're very easy to name. If the coral looks like plates stacked up on each other, that's called plate coral. Looks like antlers, that's called antler coral. Looks like a wire, that's called wire coral. You see the coral up there looks like fingers? What do you think that's called? Finger coral, that's right. This fish right here on the starboard side, lots of those yellow tangs, lau'ipala.
Sorry. Shunga.
All right, folks, did anyone want to see a shipwreck today? Anyone want to see a shipwreck? Yeah? Anyone want to make a shipwreck? No. Our pilot has found the shipwreck right now. We're going to take a look here. We are doing a port side pass first, and then we're going to spin the submarine around for the starboard side. Each side will get a view of that shipwreck. Don't worry, it's not going anywhere. I'm 100% sure it's not going anywhere. Promise.
Shipwreck.
This is an old vessel from World War II. You ever seen the movie Saving Private Ryan? You recognize this kind of boat. They were used to storm the beaches. The front gate would slam open, the troops would march out in efforts to try to take the beach. After World War II, the ship was decommissioned and sank right down here in Kailuha, Kona Bay. You'll see it right here. Now, lots of fish. This is what you call an artificial reef. If you sink an item down here, within 2 weeks, coral begins to grow. Fish begin to live in it. This is what you call an artificial reef. Nice view right here on the port side. Lots of coral. You have lots of those yellow tang right there. Oh, you have a trumpet fish. Looks like a yellow stick. You see him right there? He's barely moving. He's actually trying to hunt down the yellow tang, believe it or not. He's a very sneaky hunter. He will change colors to what he wants to eat. Nice, good view here on the port side. You can actually see the big front gate open right there. See, the thing is, here in Hawaii, sharks are very sacred. So what this guy wanted to do, this guy bought a boat. He bought this boat, put a large crane on it. He wanted to lower cages into the water. You know, you've ever seen when people dive with sharks in cages? He wanted to do that here in Hawaii. The Hawaiians didn't like that because in Hawaii the sharks are very sacred. They believe, some of them believe that's their ancestors. So by using sharks as entertainment, they didn't like it. They sabotaged this boat, ripped out bilge pumps, drilled holes everywhere. Big storm came up, sank right down in its mooring. Till this day, there are no shark diving tours on the Hawaiian island. The island of Oahu has a couple shark tours, but even then they run into sabotage from time to time. But here in Hawaii, it's an older island that people here, you know, they're very respectful of their past. They don't want anything to do with using sharks for entertainment. Most sharks are actually protected here on the Kona coast of Hawaii. It is against the law to fish for them, to hurt them, or harass them in any way. Alright guys, we are spinning around now. We've been using vertical thrusters to keep us down. That noise you hear right now, those are our vertical thrusters keeping us down under the water. If we turn those off, we're going to float all the way back up to the surface. The submarine is constantly pointed at all times, so if we lose power, we're safe because we're coming right back up. Alright guys, we're spinning around. We're going to take a look view here on the starboard side.
Shipwreck.
If you were to pull the shipwreck out right now, not only would the coral die, but also all the fish that live in the area. Nice close-up views here on the starboard side. You can see all the coral right inside the center of the shipwreck right there. A couple of those goatfish with the black spots you see there, those are the ones that will cause you to hallucinate. Don't eat those guys. A couple of goatfish. We're pretty close right here, maybe about 2 feet away. Lots of beautiful fish right there. Now, did anyone see that skeleton there?
Where?
On the shipwreck? Anyone see the skeleton on there? Believe it or not, that's actually a real skeleton. 100% real plastic.
Oh no.
He's right there tied up onto the crane of the shipwreck. We used to dress him up every year, every season. So Christmas time would come around and we dressed up like Santa Claus. But we had a lot of children on board one time and they were quite upset by the end of the tour. A lot of them were wondering if they were going to get any Christmas presents that year because Santa Claus was a skeleton at the bottom of the ocean. A lot of tears were shed that day. After that, we stopped decorating him, and actually about 2 weeks ago, he lost his head because we had really big, strong waves and currents that ripped the head right off. So if you find a head at the beach in the next couple of days, don't worry, it belongs to this guy right down here.
No.
Alright guys, we're going to be heading offshore now. We're going to go deeper. We've been hanging around 60 to 70 feet deep. We're going to go deeper, try to get down to that 100-foot mark. Keep your eyes out on the lookout. If we do see any big predators, it will be off in the deep part of the ocean. Over here in the coral reef, it's very rare to see a predator because most of the fish will hide within the coral. But off when you go deeper, it's all sand. And when you're over sand, there's no place to hide. Port side, you have a couple of silver dollar damselfish, silver white in the middle with dark edges around their body. Those are endemic, found only here in Hawaii, nowhere else on Earth. We like to call them Oreo cookie fish. They look like little Oreo cookies opened right up.
Oreo. Wala. Bakit sino meron? Wala. Sa kanya meron?
Ooh, starboard side, you have a queen triggerfish. It's that large fish right there. That is the largest of all the triggerfish.
Oo. Ano pinagsasabi mo? Excited. Basta. Paggabi rin yan eh. Ayun o. Napasad fish. Wala. Ayun o.
Alright, we're passing over some big lava boulders right here. All this lava rocks came from the volcano Hualalai in the background of Kailuha, Kona. Port side, you have a pair of raccoon butterfly fish. That's a happy couple swimming together side by side. The butterfly fish are very romantic. At a very early age, they pick one partner and stick with that partner their entire life. Now, does anyone remember the story of Romeo and Juliet? Yeah. Not a very happy ending. Same thing with these fish. If one fish gets eaten, the other fish will not think that its partner is dead, will think its partner is alive, and will not eat until it locates its partner, starving itself to death. Everyone together.
There's two? So they're three. Are they threesome?
Better.
Alright, as we're heading offshore, does anyone have any questions up to this point? No questions? Alright, I have a question for you. You ever hear which fish has the longest name in the Hawaiian language for a fish?
Milkfish.
A lot of people will tell you it's the humuhumunukunuku apua'a, but that's not true. There's a fish with an even longer name. It's the long-nosed butterfly fish. The long-nosed butterfly fish in Hawaiian is la wili wili nukunuku oi oi ele ele, meaning the humuhumunukunuku apua'a by just a few letters. So we're actually going to try to say the long-nosed butterfly fish's name together in Hawaiian. So everyone repeat after me. La wili wili.
La wili wili.
Nukunuku oi oi.
Nukunuku oi oi.
Ele ele.
Ele ele.
Now all together, la wili wili nukunuku oi oi ele ele.
La wili wili nukunuku oi oi ele ele.
Alright, that's awesome. A lot of you guys actually got that name down. Now what you want to do is practice that name. If you can say it 3 times without messing up, you can have any job you want here in Hawaii pretty much.
Really?
Paniwalain. Paniwalain.
Wala, ili ili nukunuku.
Alright guys, we are heading offshore about 94, 95 feet deep. Now here in Hawaii we have the parrotfish. The parrotfish have a strong parrot-like beak. They usually eat all the coral. After they have enough coral to eat, they have to go to the bathroom. And what comes out the back of that fish is a 4-letter word, starts with the letter S. Any guesses? Sand, that's correct. Parrotfish can produce about 2,000 pounds of sand every year. That's 2,000 pounds each parrotfish. Most of the white sandy beaches here in Hawaii are nothing more than parrotfish poo. So think about that the next time you lay down that nice warm soft sand or build some sand castles. That's all compliments of the parrotfish. 100% parrotfish poo. Just try to keep in mind, folks, sometimes no matter what you do, sand happens.
Sand happens.
Now folks, just want to let you know, as a tour guide, I'm required to tell at least 3 bad jokes, and that was my 3rd one, so I will not be saying any more jokes for the duration of the tour, so thank you very much. Alright guys, we got some Halamina seagrass right here, calcareous algae. Other parts of the world have big kelp forests with lots of algae. This is all we got here in Hawaii. Very small, not very good Halamina seagrass. Now, starboard side, you see a couple of yellowfin surgeonfish, big green fish with yellow fins.
Wow.
These are related to Dory from Finding Nemo. Dory is a surgeonfish. Now, surgeonfish get their name because they have sharp spines in the back of their tail. So sharp you can go right through your wetsuit down to your bone. Say it's sharper than a surgeon's scalpel, hence the name surgeonfish.
Maybon! Hi, Maybon!
Alright guys, take a quick look at our depth gauge. We are passing through 100 feet deep right now. If you've ever wanted to give your loved ones the deepest hug or deepest kiss they'll receive in their entire life, now is a perfect moment to do so. Just make sure you're hugging and kissing your loved ones, please. And if anyone is looking for a hug or a kiss, the co-pilot in the back, he's always available. He's always looking back there. Alright guys, we've arrived at our final stop. One more shipwreck before we head up to the surface. We're taking a look starboard side past first this time, and then we'll spin around for the port side. One more shipwreck before we go back up to the top. Port side, you just saw a large silverfish. That is known as a giant trevally. If you see the movie, or the TV program, Blue Planet Season 2, that guy's in there. And there's actually a cool shot of him actually jumping out of the water eating birds. He can go up to 250 pounds. Alright guys, nice to meet you on the starboard side. This is an old sailboat. Husband and wife sailed over here from the mainland, hoping to retire. Upon arriving, the husband wanted to stay on the boat, the wife wanted to move on shore. They got in a big argument. Next thing you know, the boat gets caught on fire. The flame begins to spread. They jump overboard and swim away. A good thing too, eventually the flame spread hit the propane tank, causing a massive explosion. You can actually see the impact of the hole right there in the center of the boat as the propane tank exploded. It sank so fast, landed upright. Now don't feel sorry for the couple. They survived, and rumor has it they had very good insurance, bought a condo off of Leahy Drive right here in Kailuha, Kona. Some would say they retired just as the wife had planned. Oh, we got some nice thread fin butterfly fish there. That's another happy couple. The co-pilot just notified me that he saw that giant trevally out there. Guys, we're going to be spinning around in just a moment. This way the port side will get a nice view. Now if you notice, we have a lot of rubbish down here. Chairs, tires, cinder blocks. We had a tsunami back in 2011. Hit the pier quite rough. Dragged the rubbish right back down here.
Tumain na yung fish oh. Fish tumain.
Now it's difficult to move down here because we start moving too much. You can start to see the sand begin to move. Sometimes this will bring in some predators, or our pilot likes to kick up a little bit of sand from time to time.
Hello, love. Hello, love.
We're coming up here on the port side. If you look very carefully, you'll spot a unicorn fish hanging out right there on the boat. This is the only fish that has a horn on his head. towards the front of the boat. There's actually a couple of them. Counting about 3 of them right there. It's a unicorn fish. Nice, beautiful views here on the port side now. Through 105 feet deep. Our pilot's going to touch down on the ocean floor right now in just a few moments. Once we touch down on the ocean, we're going to open up the hatches, let you guys walk around a bit. We just need about 8,000 pounds of force to open up the hatch. Any volunteers? Impact with the touchdown in just a moment. See how deep we go? We're passing through 105, 106, 170. Oh, there's a giant trevally there on the port side. Oh, that's just a little baby. He can grow up to 250 pounds, that guy. Alright folks, touchdown. Welcome to the ocean floor, about 111 feet deep. Alright.
Touchdown! Super touchdown!
Make sure you get a photo of that. 111, 112, 113 feet deep.
113.
Our deepest dive of the day today. But if you notice, there's not a lot of stuff to see down at 113 feet, right? Not a lot of stuff to see at all. This submarine can go down to 150 feet, but the deeper you go, the deeper you go. Alright guys, this is the end of our dive. Our pilot is sending a bubble of air up to the surface. It's going to let him know exactly where we're at. That way we can make our way back up to the top. So let's listen in.
Surface, Atlantis 7. We're sitting here in 113 feet of water off the stern of the Lady. Air has been sent. We're requesting permission to service with heading. Roger that, 40 feet 090.